Good morning, friends. This is Krishna Naidu, uh, speaking on behalf of Mathnal for YouTube channel SCM Radio M. So I guess you might be liking our videos, and if you have not subscribed our channel, so we will request you to subscribe our channel, which is SCM Radio M. So let's start uh, today's discussion point, which is how to innovate in supply chain. So there are a lot of people understand what is innovation and also understand the innovation is very important, right? So everybody looks for the innovation these days from the employees in their companies. So the people generally are confused that how to innovate and how and where they have to put the focus in order to innovate. So these are the two questions people will be having in their mind in order to fulfill the needs of the innovation. There are some people who will have the passion to innovate. There are some people who are forced to innovate, right? So difference between the people who are passionate to innovate and forced to innovate, right? We have to bridge the gap. So this video is going to be useful for you, where you can actually bridge the gap with the people who have passion to innovate and good in innovation, and people who are forced to do the innovation and not able to do the innovation, right? So let's discuss very simply the 3 points or 4 points which are very helpful in order to bring that cycle of innovation or the culture of innovation or thoughts of innovation, right? So so I have been into supply chain for last 20 years, and where I have got an opportunity to create or innovate supply chain technologies, supply chain processes, supply chain analytics. So I can give you some 3 or 4 basic points which you can actually replicate and try to work upon, right? So one thing I will say you that it is not going to give you immediate benefit, but you have to keep working on that, right? So you have to, if you keep working on that with discipline, then definitely you will get the improvement on that particular innovation index. Okay, so what are the 3 points, which is or 4 points? Let me say that which is going to be very useful for you. See, the innovation is the first thing is empathy, means how much love you have for the people, because ultimately you're going to sell the products to the people. So you are actually trying to understand what are the people pain points, what are the people problems, right? So you're trying to bring the objective of innovation from studying the people, right? So what does people need and what are the problems people are having, how can you improve the people life, right? So these 3 things actually, if can actually create the energy of innovation within you. So start with the people problems, or start with the people needs to start the innovation, right? A second point is, suppose if your employer is having some problems, or if there is a cost issue is going in the company, there is a profit issue is going in the company, there is the operational cycle time is very high. Okay, those are the business parameters. So you can also think that how can I reduce the cost, how can I improve the profit margin, how can I reduce the operation cycle time. Okay, those are the business parameter, operational parameters. So you can still work on those operational parameters and create some kind of innovation cycle. So you need to understand that what kind of problems your industry is facing, or what kind of problems your people are facing. So those things are very important to actually keep in the mind when you're trying to innovate. So your focus is only entirely on the problems or on the issues, right? So you know that you're trying to solve a problem. So when you have the purpose, the innovation starts, the innovation mind starts, the innovation desire starts, right? So that's the first thing you need to understand: what are the people problems, what are the people issues, okay? And how can I improve the people life? How can I improve the operation cycle time? How can I improve the profit margins? How can I improve the cost? So these are one of the things you can actually have in your mind, and you can start the innovation process. Okay, so this is what I discussed. This is the objective, right? So how to create the innovation, how to bring the innovation in this objective, that is what we have to think about. So science, mathematics, okay, and your common sense. These three things are very essential to create some kind of solution, innovative solutions for the problems you have discovered in the operations or in the business or with the people, right? So science, mathematics, and common sense. These three things are very important. So just work on all your science skills, mathematics skills, common sense skills. Okay. So these three things will actually give you a lot of grip, a lot of control, a lot of confidence for creating innovative solutions. Okay, so science, mathematics, and common sense. It's very simple. Okay, so first thing is why you are innovating, for whom you are innovating, in which area you are innovating. That comes from the problems, needs, issues. Okay, that is what the objective of your project. Hmm. So a clear definition is very important. The clear definition is very, very important. Define the clear very clearly that for what purpose, for which areas, for which issues you are innovating, right? Then you have to apply your common sense, your science skills, mathematics skills. Okay, those three things you have to use. So we'll talk more on these three points: science, maths, and common sense. So these are the basic points. There are a lot of things happens from these basic points, like people do programming and develop technologies. So those technologies are also coming from these three aspects: science, maths, and common sense. The technologies work on the computing skills. Okay, the computing skills come from the science and mathematics and common sense, right? If you look at the engineering, so the engineering also comes from the science, math, and the common sense, right? So the engineering and the computations, these are two areas which are changing the world. So the computations and the engineering, so those two things which are actually arised, or which are being actually developed, they are coming from science, math, and common sense. So work on your science skills, mathematics skills, and your common sense. Okay, if you work on these three aspects, I'm sure that you're going to improve your innovation index. Okay, we'll talk more case studies on the innovations in supply chain in the upcoming videos. So do share our videos, do like our videos, and you can also give a feedback on the YouTube page. And also we request you to subscribe our YouTube channel, which is SCM Radio M. And we'll look forward with our new video in the upcoming days. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video.